I just got a copy of Stigmatized Drummer from Stigmatized Productions. It is the current VST Buzz deal. You got about 2 weeks to pick it up for 70% off. Normally sells for 50 euros, which is already a pretty good deal, but at $14.99, if you're looking for some brutal metal drums with lots of grooves and some great sounds for this genre, definitely head over to the page. I'll include a link in the description below. Library downloads as a little over 4 gigabytes. To add to the realism, Stigmatized Productions sampled both left and right hand hits, and there's up to 60 velocity layers per hit, and it comes with hundreds of ready-to-go MIDI grooves. The library set up with this mixer and matrix, which really lets you get in quickly and get a great sounding drum kit. Library does require the full version of Kontakt 5.4.1.211 or higher. Before we dig in, I want to announce Sample Library Reviews March Madness Sample Library Giveaway. We're going to be doing random drawings giving away libraries from Orange Tree Samples, Sound Iron, Impact Soundworks, 8DO, and more. For more details, I'll be sure to include a link in the description below, or just head over to samplelibraryreview.com/mad. Stigmatized Drummer comes with 2 main NKIs. There's a Raw and Xtreme. The Raw, as you may guess, is 100% original recordings, so you get in there and you can design your own sounds from scratch. And the Xtreme, that's the one I'm excited about, that is the pre-processed metal-oriented, and it's mix ready, so you can just drop it in and go with your tracks. Library comes with some pretty cool features here. You've got the ability to adjust the MIDI on the fly with tightness, swing, and velocity sensitivity, which actually makes this much more than just a metal kit. You could load up a different kind of groove, dial in a different kind of drum sound. You get some very different kind of feels than what you might expect from something called Stigmatized Drummer. Library also has a great drag to MIDI, which, as you know, I'm a huge fan of. Gives you the ability to just pull in MIDI out of these grooves right into your DAW. Tempo syncs to your DAW, as you'd guess. You got options for half, normal, and 2x. And it looks like on the options, you've got some pretty cool adjustments for velocity curves, and then the ability to remap your MIDI, which is great. You do everything from general MIDI, studio drummer, easy drummer, and objective drummer mappings, which could be really handy if you've already invested quite a bit in other MIDI grooves, but want to use Stigmatized Drummer to trigger them. The kit area really lets you tweak out the individual sounds with volume, tuning, and the usual attack, hold, and decay that you'd expect. And then the mixer, each of the channels for the microphones, gives you the ability to both change your output level as well as an EQ, transient compressor, and tape saturation, as well as the ability to save those presets. So with the Raw, this is just the sounds as recorded. You could tell they're not nearly as hyped as the other ones. So I'm just going to pick a pop groove randomly here. This one says 110. I'm at 120, so this will be a decent range. I'm just going to play one of these and tweak the sound a bit from the raw sound to kind of see what kind of variation I can get in sound. I've got the Extreme kit plugged in here, so I'm just going to play through a whole bunch of these different grooves that are in this groove browser so I could get a feel for how this instrument will react. Let's start with this ethnic, which I'm hoping I'm going to have some tom play somewhere. That's my jam right there. These 6/8 are kind of unexpected because they give you kind of that jazzy, swingy kind of feel. Really a little surprised by those. Those are kind of cool. And it looks like there's even more metal kind of song structured ones. Let's see what these sound like. Oh, these are bringing me back to my younger years. There's a lot going on with these so far. And that's just in the first couple folders there. I gotta hear Hello Eights. Let's see it. The kick has so much bite to it. They really did tweak these drums out with this extreme instrument. I really like it. And again, I mentioned these across the bottom. You get the ability to control tightness, swing, and velocity. I'm actually going to try something a little wacky. I'm going to turn my velocity with my mod wheel and play that back so I see what kind of dynamic response I might be able to get. It's a little bit of a delay, but I think with MIDI, I'd be able to get it to, really lock on. And again, that delay could be just me because if I haven't mentioned it before, when I'm doing screen recording, I've got a big buffer between me and my output, which can drive me crazy with the echo in my voice alone. Yeah, these shuffle ones are a real surprise for me. I didn't quite expect the grooves in this instrument to be quite as diverse. This is really nice. They've got like it's building the variation. As you can see, we got A, B, and C. We've had those throughout several of these grooves, but it just adds that little bit of realism because the way a drummer would vary it up from one measure to the next. Nirvana style crashes. Indeed. So you got hundreds of these MIDI loops that are built into the instrument. Just as a FYI, when you do load up Stigmata drummer, the MIDI grooves, it's a MIDI file here, but you actually need to copy this MIDI file and move it over to your Kontakt 5 documents folder. Now, I'll be sure to include the link to Stigmatized Productions' official walkthrough on how to set this up. So if you get the instrument and you load up the Groove browser, but there's no grooves, and you can't get it to play grooves, that's because it's not set up. The MIDI files folder does need to be copied and moved over into that. So yeah, that's just a quick checking out with Stigmata Drummer. Hope that this is giving you a little more insight as to what you might be able to get out of the instrument. So what do you guys think about a Stigmatized Drummer? Do you like Kontakt drummers that are self-sufficient inside of Kontakt? Love to hear your thoughts. Please comment in the description below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We'd love your support. Head over to samplelibraryreview.com for the latest news and reviews.